This episode of The Rest is Football is powered by our new presenting partners, Fuse Energy. We're thrilled to welcome them to the team, especially outside the regular transfer window.
A new signing providing power and energy. That sounds like a bit of me back in the day, Gaz.
And reliable too, not one of those fair weather players who go missing in December.
Fuse will be powering The Rest is Football right through the season. They're one of the UK's fastest growing energy suppliers, building solar farms and helping homes make smarter choices. Power that performs throughout the season.
Fuse, keep everything running, lights on, meters smart, cars charged, a full squad you can count on.
And when you sign up for their fixed rates, your energy prices hold their shape, even as the nights turn colder and the title race heats up.
The season is long, but with Fuse, the energy never drops. For more information about energy that hits the top corner every time, head to fuseenergy.com/football. And if you fancy getting involved, sign up with the code FOOTBALL for the chance to get a shout out on the pod and throw your own question at us next time. Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards, Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. It's the last weekend before Christmas. We were going to find out who was top at Christmas, and that will be Arsenal, but Manchester City are hot on their heels. Have you got everything done for Christmas, chaps? I know Micah's probably, the only thing you probably focus on are pigs in blankets, but...
There's been a shortage of them in Yorkshire. Micah's nicked them all.
So my brother last year said, you know, it'd be really nice. We'll go down to Pickering. He'd go with his girlfriend's family and all their family. And I totally forgot. I thought I was going to be at home for Christmas. Oh. Now I've got to go to Pickering.
Well, at least no one's going to be in your fridge.
Yeah, true. Actually, I didn't think about that. Think of the positives. But now I've got to go to Pickering on Christmas Eve and come back on Boxing Day and smile for 2 days like I'm enjoying myself.
You miserable
Mike,
git.
you've just given yourself away on the pod, so I trust somebody in your family might listen.
Yeah, they'll all be listening, but I don't care.
Do you take your own pigs in blankets?
Oh, yes, I'll be taking a few of those.
We'll call it piggering. How about you, Al?
Yeah, I'm all fine. Yeah, I'm
in Newcastle for Christmas.
I'm in Newcastle for Christmas, yeah, and I'm not working Boxing Day, just the 27th. So, yeah, I'm all good. Looking forward to it.
It's bloody typical, that is, isn't it? Boxing Day, right? I've done Boxing Day all my adult life, whether it be as a player, apart from when I was in Barcelona. Don't like to mention it. And all my adult life and every season for Match of the Day, never missed it. Boxing Day. And I just thought when I finished with the Beeb, I thought, oh, I'll get Boxing Day off. And lo and behold, for the first time in living memory, there's no Match of the Day on Boxing Day because there's only one game.
Yeah. Yeah, Man United, Newcastle, isn't it? It's same. I don't know what it is, 35, 36 years for me. I'm the same guys as It's just the first time I've ever had Boxing Day off, yeah.
I know.
Are we not having a Christmas party this year, guys? I thought The Rest is Football would be hosting a party, no?
I think we're going to do one delayed version, you know, when everyone's after. I think we've definitely got to do that.
Good. Yeah.
Can we do it in London?
Yes, please.
We did a little thing recently. We've got a new series coming out, which I hope you'll enjoy, with Premier League superstars. And because normally when we record together, we needed to be all in the same room. So I thought, because normally you come to my gaff and I cook and you, Brian, you have to travel and all this. So we thought it'd be a really nice touch if we perhaps did it in a halfway house. So we're deciding to go to York. So it's not far from Newcastle, not too far from Harrogate, and I got them down on the train. And lo and behold, we all got the same train up from London. We're all in London. Complete waste.
Honestly, I couldn't believe that. I knew you were coming from London, and you knew I was coming from London. And I was standing there thinking, and my phone went off at the same time, and I seen a bloke walk in front of me, and I thought, that's that's Micah Richards. And I thought, what the fuck is he doing? Why are we filming in York when all three of us are in London?
So we all got up at a ridiculously early time to go up to London to do something that we could have done. We could have even done it at King's Cross. Hilarious. But that aside, as we move towards Christmas, let's talk about the first bite delivered by Uber Eats. Manchester City are on the charge and Arsenal seem to be hanging on. Let's kind of merge the two. City are looking way more like their old selves. The high press, the quick press when they lose the ball, that seems to return. Erling Haaland's in sensational form and I triple captained him yesterday, Micah. So 91 points I've got, and we're doing this before Villa play Manchester United, but we're going to come back later, Micah, because you're going to a party, right, Alan?
Yeah, I'm going out for a long lunch, yeah.
He's going out for a long lunch, so we're going to leave you to it. Me and Mark are going to come back in the second half and discuss Manchester United and Aston Villa, but yeah, where do you see it now? I mean, Arsenal are in the lead at Christmas, but I watched Match of the Day this morning and they had a graphic about where they've kind of given away the lead from Christmas, and there's quite a few occasions. Are they made of sterner stuff these days, Micah?
Ooh.
Which one of your two teams are going to...
He loves it.
We flip-flopped, haven't we? All the way through the season. We all said Liverpool after the transfer window. Then it was Arsenal. They was looking really consistent. Then Man City weren't playing particularly well, but still getting results because of the form of Erling Haaland. Now I think it's balanced. I think it's going to come to the game that they play each other next year. I think that is going to be the difference. I think when you look at Man City and the way they're playing, okay, they got a clean sheet, didn't they, against West Ham and against Brentford and against Palace. But before that, there was leaking goals. I still think they're vulnerable at the back on their counter-attack. I think Arsenal are better defensively and Man City better offensively.
Yeah.
And I think Man City will always outscore Arsenal, even going into the new year. So it just depends on form at the right time. I think if Man City were to lose Haaland, it'd be for Arsenal. Yeah. I also think if Arsenal were to lose Saka, it'd be for Man City. And that's how tight I think it is. And that's not me on the fence. I genuinely believe we've got a real title challenge this season.
I did PLP yesterday, which I'm sure we'll talk about the first game, Newcastle-Chelsea after, but I also watched Man City. I mean, they never got out of second gear yesterday, Man City. West Ham were that bad. Yeah. West Ham were terrible. I mean, talk about gifting them goals. And you'd imagine the manager in the dressing room, right, we've gone to Man City. Let's keep it tight for 5 or 10 minutes. And it was like, there was no pressure on the ball. They weren't getting close to anyone. Haaland missed a big chance and followed up the rebound and got it. Missed a couple of big chances as well. And honestly, Man City is as good as they are. They weren't required to get out of second gear yesterday. And they still won at a canter. They're in great form. They're full of confidence, and you mentioned him up front with the form that he's in, Haaland. I heard, was it 38 goals or something this season he got in for club and country?
Is that what it is?
It's just mad. 19 Premier League goals. Scored a bucket load for Norway, didn't he, in some of their games, their qualification games. I mean, it's incredible what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he could ultimately be the difference between the two sides. I mean, Gyökeres has come in, and I look at him, and I mean, he's... You know, I don't want to be rude, but he's not in the same league as Erling Haaland. He was given the penalty yesterday, wasn't he, to try and get him scoring after his recent injury.
I like that, though. I like that he had the balls to get up and take it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he took it, and it was a decent penalty he scored, obviously, but I didn't like the fact that Saka didn't take it because that was the only bad thing in my fantasy team.
I was pleased for him because it would have been very easy for him to say, no, you take it, Saka, or whoever. But I love that in someone where you're prepared to put your neck on the line, basically, because you haven't scored for a while. There's people talking. There's a bit of noise going on, but he's, no, give me the penalty. And I thought the way he stuck it away was brilliant. I thought Arsenal played well yesterday. I thought they were...
Solid. Very solid.
Yeah, I thought they controlled the pace of the game, the way they passed it around, particularly in defensive areas, and trying to draw Arsenal out. The penalty decision might have went against them in another game.
Yeah.
But I think in the main, I thought Arsenal, to go there and win like they did, I thought it was a really good performance. And it's going to be great for the neutrals to watch them go head to head in the coming games.
Do you think it was a penalty, guys?
I think it's one of those that I don't think they should ever be given as penalties, but they always are. You know, when two players go to kick a ball that's in the air, I think if one gets there slightly early and the other touches the back of his leg, then I don't think that should be a penalty. But we all know that 9 times out of 10 that is given as a penalty. So therefore, it probably was a penalty under the current guidelines.
What are the guidelines? I don't know. I don't understand the guideline.
I mean, they've got so many guidelines for everything. That's what they've tied themselves up in knots with these things.
But they've also given themselves plenty of excuses to get out of them because there's that many guidelines.
Yeah, they had a bad day yesterday, I felt. Really bad.
We'll get onto the Newcastle one.
Yeah.
The standard of refereeing in the Premier League is the worst it's been for a long, long time. It's a real concern, I think, because we've probably got, 4 or 5 decent referees, 2 or 3 really good ones, but the rest of them, goodness me.
Is it a problem of the referees on the pitch, or is it a question of VAR? Is that the problem?
I don't think it's helped them. I think it's made them worse referees. I really do. I think it's clouded their judgment. They've got a backup. They're not decisive at all. Yeah, it's a big concern because the best league in the world should have the best referees, and we haven't, not by some distance.
Let me tell you this, by the way. Every league in the world says the same thing because we don't see their referees week in, week out. What we do see sometimes is in international football, but don't forget that will be the best referee a couple of referees from each country. So I think every country moans about VAR. They really do. They hate it. Generally, the football fans hate it. And they all hate their own referees. I mean, it is an incredibly difficult job, refereeing.
No, I'm not saying that. I totally agree with that. It's a really, really, really difficult job.
Yeah.
But the standard we've got in the Premier League is poor.
I agree with Al. It's not the fact that we're calling out referees. It's the fact that we just want consistency. That's it.
We'll never get that. I don't think you can ever get consistency because so many subjective decisions. It's difficult.
We haven't even got onto the Newcastle decision yet, by the way. And we're hammering the referees.
We will. We'll come to that. We're just talking about the top two. Do you think it's 2-horse race already, or can Villa can nibble away at it?
I don't see. I mean, Villa have been amazing. I know we're talking before their result against Manchester United, but I expect them to beat Man United today, but I don't expect them to carry on this great form. Yeah. They've been amazing. He's doing a great job, as we've said, but I don't see them challenging for the title, no.
I think we're looking at Arsenal, Manchester City. I think Liverpool probably too far back. Chelsea 2 now on 29 points. That's 10 points off the lead. I think both Arsenal and Manchester City are 8 points clear of both those to make up. But what were the great strengths yesterday for City, Micah, did you feel? I
feel Shirky's playing really well.
Oh, I like him. He's so gifted, isn't he? The most two-footed player. Have you seen the stats on how much he can right and left-footed? Are quite remarkable. I think it's like almost 50, I think it's 52-48, something like percentage on either foot, which is, very Brexit, isn't it? And the next best is Semenyo, something like 65% on one foot and 35% on the other. So he's one of those few players, a bit like Ousmane Dembele, that I think when you ask him, he's not quite sure whether he's right-footed or left-footed. And Santi Cazorla is another one that Harry's just shouting.
Santi Cazorla, yes. I think, though, guys, just on that, it's the criticism of Man City was they was becoming too predictable. If you get one in front of Haaland, one behind him, go aggressive. They didn't really have the legs as previous seasons. Now, when you've got Foden and Shirky sort of in the tent, you don't know what they're going to do. And they're both equally as good as finding that little bit of space and then making cute passes, along with whether it's Matheus Nunes going down, hogging one side, or Nico O'Reilly. I just feel like more players are playing to their level, which wasn't the case earlier on in the season. So that's why I think they'll go all the way to the end.
Be really interesting to see what, if anything, or both clubs do anything in the transfer window.
January doesn't happen too often, but they did last year, though, City, didn't they? When there was a bit of a panic buying and stuff. But it will be interesting.
Well, Semenyo's got this get-out clause, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been linked with Liverpool, and with Isak's injury, maybe they'll. I mean, hopefully it's not too serious.
Would anyone do anything with Gahey as well? Mark Gahey from Palace. I don't know. It's like it's really interesting whether the big boys will go in deep in January.
Yeah, we'll see. Can I just congratulate you there, Micah? Because during your little bit of analysis there, you said. Getting in a little bit of space. You didn't say pocket of space. So I just want to thank you for that on behalf of old timers.
The next one is the correct terminology is half space. That's what they're saying now. That's half in the manual.
Space.
It's a half space.
What is half space?
It's not.
Don't do this to me, Micah.
Okay, imagine the space there. And you get in the middle here, it's the half spaces now. And instead of pressing and going to press, the new terminology is you jump. I'm just keeping you updated.
Well,
that's
the jump.
all.
I've heard the jump. Yeah.
The jump.
Or you all jump together.
Well, they don't jump, they run. Well, it's a nonsense. Oh, dear. Oh, crikey. So, I think City are, much closer to where they were. I still think they might be vulnerable, possibly on the counter. Possibly Rodri's return is to come as well, which will be big. But he's been out a long time now. I worry a bit. I hope he's okay. Such a good player. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah, and it was nice to see Micah get his first Premier League appearance as well.
Yeah, he played in midweek, didn't he?
He
started in midweek.
Yeah.
In the Carabao.
Do you know much about him?
I've seen him play at youth. It's always difficult, isn't it? Because certain players play up front, play in midfield, look technically good, look strong, looks quick. But I want to see him in adult football and for Pep to be giving him a chance in the Premier League game, he must see something in him. So I was just happy he got a chance, really.
I'll go on a tangent here, but have you seen Emil Heskey's boys play yet?
Oh, yes.
Heard about it, yeah.
He's got 2 at City, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he's got 2 at City.
Yeah, brilliant.
They're actually both really good. They both play for England as well.
Yeah, that's right.
One's a bit stronger and faster, and one's a little bit more technical, but high hopes for them at Man City. Yeah, really high.
Okay, chaps, that was the first bite delivered by Uber Eats. Let's move on to, well, I know you want a little bit of a rant. I could tell at the top. Alan, Newcastle, Chelsea. I have to say, that was a very, very good game of football.
It was brilliant. Yeah, it was a great game of football. It really was. I think Newcastle's first half performance is the best I've seen this season from Newcastle. I thought everything that was missing against Sunderland, the aggression, the energy, the pace.
They bounced back well from that result, haven't they?
Brilliant.
Because they had the good win in midweek. Obviously, you're in the semi-finals now of the Carabao Cup, defending your trophy, Alan. And well, I think they probably should have won that game yesterday, particularly the way they played in the first half.
I thought they had enough chances. I mean, even when there were, they absolutely battered Chelsea in the first half. I mean, Chelsea looked as if they didn't know what hit them. They were all over them. They didn't let them play. As I said, the pressing was brilliant. And that hasn't always been the case at all this season for Newcastle. They were brilliant first half, deserved their 2-0 lead. But if you ever need an example of goals changing games, then that piece of brilliance from Reece James, the free kick, changed it completely. And then all of a sudden, Chelsea are on the front foot. And then they're putting Newcastle under pressure. I mean, Malik Chow made a mistake, and he hasn't made too many, if any, at all since he's been to Newcastle when the ball was long coming into João Pedro and he let him, the skill from Pedro was brilliant. And then he slipped afterwards as well. So they get back to 2-2, but Newcastle still had some big chances. I think Harvey Barnes had a couple of really good chances, and then Elanga broke in the last minute or two and should have squared it instead of shooting. But also the penalty decision that they never got was absolutely ridiculous, honestly.
It was a penalty. He just rammed him straight off, didn't he?
Yeah. Even the tweet the Premier League put out, and I know it's what VAR telling them, but to say he was shielding the ball. Rubbish. Shielding the ball, it was like as clear foul as you're ever going to see. Yeah. I'd love to know, you've got 3 professionals, you've got the referee on the pitch and you've got 2 VAR are looking at that, slowing it down and thinking, yeah, that's all right, wasn't a foul.
Yeah, it's not an offence to shield the ball either.
No, it's not. You can shield the ball, yeah, but the way he fouled him.
Yeah. What do you think, Micah?
Yeah, totally agree with what Alan said. I thought it was a pen.
Having said that, if you remember a couple of weeks back, I said I didn't think the penalty that Newcastle got against Spurs was a penalty. So they maybe got one there and didn't get one yesterday. But I'd love to know what those 3 are thinking. The 2 VAR, the VAR and the VAR assistant and the referee, to think, nah, that's not a penalty. Honestly, it's baffling.
There was some great performances that get Lewis Miley.
Yeah, he was great, wasn't he, at right back?
He played right back. He played right back against Garnacho, one of the trickiest.
Do you know what it shows you, Micah? It shows you how easy it is to play at full.
His defending was amazing.
Was,
you see the way he was jockeying. There was just one incident where I was thinking, ooh, Garnacho's going to run him here. But I want you to look at his footwork, the way he was just biding his time. And when he knocked it, got his body in. I was like, if there was a manual on how to defend a winger, that was it. It was absolutely perfect. And I'm thinking, he's a midfielder. His timing of his runs when he went forward, on the ball, because he's a midfielder, he's comfortable.
Yep.
I looked at his performance and thought, wow, what a play. And I think he's had good performances in midfield, but I never said to myself, he's going to be the next Steven Gerrard. Yeah. But that performance there at 19, he's 19, I think, Al, right?
I think so, yeah.
19 years of age, that was an amazing performance.
He's got a funny, slight running style, hasn't he?
Yeah,
a bit Chris Waddlish in a way, I would suggest. If he's off as good as Chris, he'll be a hell of a player. But yeah, I think Joe Cole likened him to, I mean, I'm not one for hyperbole, but I think he might be going slightly, but to Paolo Maldini.
No, yeah. So he did. I was listening to the commentary, yeah. But he was talking about that one specific incident when he was defending, because if you listen to the commentary, he went Maldini, and nobody was on with Ali McCoist and Fletch as well, and they didn't say anything for about 30 seconds. He was absolutely brilliant, but I knew exactly what he meant.
What a way to bounce back as well, by the way, for big Nick Voltemade after scoring the own goal last weekend.
Yeah, 2 goals.
I thought, other than his 2 goals, I thought he had a lot more energy in the pressing yesterday, particularly first half, not so much second half when Visser came on and he went off. But the first half, I thought, what a way to bounce back for him, because you can imagine how he's been feeling all weekend. And of course, didn't start in the Carabao as well against Fulham in midweek. So you can imagine how he's been feeling all week after what happened last weekend.
Did you see the little bit that he came and did an interview with Peter Crouch after? Because he used to get...
I didn't see it.
He said he was called Crouchy, so he wanted to come over and meet Grouchy, because they're kind of almost similar. How he's about an inch shorter than I think.
It was mad. And then did you see Joe Cole as well? Like, it was.
I know.
It was madness.
There's a bit of a height difference there. You want to put Joe Cole on those 2 at corners, would you? Yeah, fantastic stuff. Reece James, you mentioned him, Alan, said free kick and stuff. But I mean, what a footballer he is, by the way.
Yeah, well, he started off in the midfield, and then he sort of changed it, and then went back to in the fullback position. But he's so talented. He's a superb footballer. He just needs to stay clear of injuries, doesn't he, and have a long run in the team.
Incredible tackle on Harvey Barnes near the end.
It was, yeah.
I mean, cool. He came back from nowhere.
He could have got pulled back, I think, for the pull on Harvey Barnes, couldn't he? When he pulled him back, but. I mean, it was him that got Chelsea back into it with that piece of brilliance with a free kick. It was great.
I just think it's amazing how you can have a player who can play central midfield and right back and control the game from there. So we saw it with Trent, didn't we, in previous seasons? But Reece James is doing the same thing. And in big moments, he's coming up trumps. What a player he is. Totally agree with Al. If he could just stay fit, he's got an unbelievable player in our hands there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just seem to be kind of managing him quite well, managing his minutes. I think Maresca's talked about that. which could bode well for England in the summer. What a choice of right backs. Quite incredible. Spurs, Liverpool. I mean, it was a strange old game, always changed by a red card. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant myself here. I know in slow motion you can pick it apart. His studs might have caught the back of his calf, but the fella's just trying to put his foot on the ground. Oh, he's absolutely zero intent. I mean, yes, Verge might have got hurt. That happens in football. Happens all the time. Doesn't mean to say it's a vicious foul. I just can't stand red cards for things like that. It was nothing. It's another one of those that looks in slow motion. You go, oh, blimey, he's raked down the back of his calf. In normal speed, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. I know they all thought it was a red card, and you too may think it's a red card. And I understand now when they look at things, they might go, and they break it down so slowly. But when you see it in normal speed, it's just his foot's landing. He just flicks him. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I just hate that red cards for that.
It was totally accidental. I think it was totally accidental. Yeah.
Yellow card would have sufficed.
What's the rule on that though? Because you're good at this, Alan. Is it what was the actual ruling on that? Is it just dangerous? Is what he got sent off for?
Yeah, it's just endangering an opponent.
It wasn't.
There's nothing that says in there, I didn't mean to do it, and it's accidental. It's just. You're just endangering an opponent. So, yeah, it's a red card.
There was nothing reckless about it. He's just trying to...
Well, reckless means a yellow card.
Yeah, I know. Well, it wasn't even reckless. You know, I mean, endangering an opponent. He wasn't endangering anyone. He's just trying to put his fucking foot on the floor. Honestly, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sort of in the middle on it. I know exactly what you mean, Gaz, where... I've done it myself where you go to press and you sort of want to change speed, don't you?
Yeah.
So then your foot's gone or you're trying to slow down and you just catch someone. He didn't intentionally go down his Achilles. No. So if the referee would have been given a yellow card, totally fine with it. When you start slowing things down, it looks horrendous.
Everything does in slow motion. They've got to get rid of slow motion.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the referee's point of view.
No, I understand why they've done it. Dangerous. I understand. I'm just saying that it's another one of these ridiculous things, this super slow-mos. Super slow-mos it's like when you used to get on... You get on social media and stuff, and someone takes a still photo of someone's foot up. You can make anything look bad with one of those. They should never, ever be taken into account. And likewise with super slow-mos, they're equally the same. It just makes everything look bad.
You guys wouldn't have seen it, but because I was watching all of the games, I watched a bit of, I was doing PLP, we watched Brighton, Sunderland as well. Dan Ballard, and I'm not just saying it because it's Sunderland, because he's been one of the players of the season, Dan Ballard. He's been amazing. But he got away with one yesterday that he went actually over the top. He had a poor touch and then went over the top. And that should have been a red card as well. But he got away with a yellow card. It was far worse than the one that Javi Simons did.
Ekitike got another goal. Was that double-handed push there? Or, I mean, I don't think it's enough to overturn, personally, but... again, I'll go back to the appeal system. You probably go there. They might have got it on that particular circumstance where you just go, it's either a foul or it's not. But bloody good header, climbed really well. Yeah. And I think obviously Isak's goal took it really well and then got injured in the process. He's not having much luck since he's joined.
Has there been any update on that injury? Have you heard anything? No.
No. Just before we tried to check, just before the start of recording this, but we couldn't get any update. It didn't look good though.
No, unfortunately, no. It was a brilliant finish.
It was. So it's a bit of a shame for him, but Ekitike's really he really does look the part.
I just think the way he's settled into life at Liverpool under difficult circumstances, great credit to him. I think for his mentality, his attitude, and obviously his ability. I think he's had a great start to his Liverpool career. He's a really, really good player.
I wanted to see them both play together at some stage. You know, when I think they've done it before.
They did it in Europe, didn't they?
Yeah. I just feel...
Yeah, they did it at Milan, didn't they?
Milan, yes. And I'm just thinking, I want these two to play together. It was a time to see it, especially with Spurs having 10 men at the time. It's like, okay, come on. Show us what you got. Show us your movement. Show us your chemistry, or try to build that chemistry. And then Isak goes off, I think, and it's just like... And forget the injury. For Ekitike, it's good now because he's going to get probably a run in the team. But I wanted to see them both together, get that partnership, especially with Salah gone to AFCON as well.
Good win for Liverpool, though.
An important win. I mean, they obviously got lucky with the decisions in that game, but nevertheless, it was a good victory. Leeds, Micah. 4 set pieces, weren't they? The throw-ins and corners.
Cool. I didn't see that happening before the game, them going against Palace and scoring 4. Brilliant.
Palace are game playing in midweek. It might be catching up on them.
But they changed their complete 11, guys, Palace.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So, that was an unbelievable win for Leeds. And am I right in saying they're 6 points clear of the bottom 3?
Ooh, I'll have a look. I should know this. Yes, they are, Alan.
Yeah. Brilliant. What a win for them. What a win. Amazing. Talk about Calvert-Lewin now as well. I heard it on the radio this morning, and there were little bits on Match of the Day last evening said about Calvert-Lewin and England. What do you think? It's a bit early, isn't it? He's got to do it on a more regular basis.
Yeah, of course he has. I mean, it's his first good spell for quite some time after a lot of injuries, which has taken its toll. We do know there is a very, very good centre forward in there if he can keep a sustained spell of fitness.
Yeah.
But I think at the moment he should be focusing on carrying on doing what he's doing at present. I mean, England will need a backup 9, but I think Ollie Watkins is way ahead of him at present, I would say.
Forget England for a minute, though. Come on, guys. Leeds.
Look at him with a big smile on his face. Look at him.
They're going well, Micah, particularly at home. I think 3 straight games have scored 3 goals now or something. It's pretty good.
You guys have played at Ellen Road, right?
Yep.
Yeah, way back.
Did you play against Leeds when they was a very good side, or what part was when?
Micah, they won the league in my last season. That's how good a side they were.
Ellen Road, when it's like that, I mentioned Sunderland atmosphere in the derby. We mentioned Liverpool before. Even Spurs, when that opened, the atmosphere was great there. Obviously, it's turned a little bit now because of the performances. But Ellen Road has got to be up there.
I love Ellen Road. I love Ellen Road more than you love Ellen Road, Micah.
We know why, Alan. It's his happy hunting ground, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
The fans are bonkers, you know that. You know you can't buy a ticket there. The season ticket, there've been years you have to wait years to even get a ticket.
Even you can't get one.
Well, I mean.
Micah can definitely get one.
Well, no, to be honest, I don't think I could get one now, actually. The only reason why I could get them before, Mancucci, who was on the board at Fiorentina, then went to Leeds. So he used to always invite me, but I've not got a link now, so...
well, I'm sure they'll listen to this podcast and invite you along, sit in the director's box, Micah. John, go away now, producer John. Oof. 2 points at Christmas. I mean, 2 points at Christmas. And a partridge. Well, 11 partridges the way they're playing, to be honest. But
goodness me. It's bad, isn't it?
Can I just say something about Wolves, though? They're not as... Well, no. They are as bad. They're not as bad as 2 points.
Hang on, start that again.
What does that mean? They're not as bad and they are as bad.
I'm okay. You know what, right? So
it's not funny for Wolves fans.
Every single week, you look at the scores, don't you? Whatever app you use and all that sort of stuff. And you just think, another loss for Wolves. But many times when I've watched Wolves, they've been in games. And then it's either a mistake at the back or someone not being able to score up front. I know Alan's going to say, well, you got to put the ball in the fucking net. Yes, I know that. But great in terms of the course of the game, the eye test are not as bad. I think now the confidence has drained out of them so much. I listened to Doherty's interview after the game.
You've just done a deal with Specsavers, haven't you? No wonder you've done a deal with Specsavers. The eye test tells you they're just not very good. That's what it tells you.
But they look deflated. Doherty's interview yesterday on Match of the Day, he's basically just saying he's got to look himself in the mirror, not just him, the rest of his teammates, and stand up and be counted for. And at the moment, it's just not there.
After last weekend, because they put up a good fight against Arsenal, wasn't it, last weekend?
Correct.
I was expecting more of them yesterday, I must admit, but again, it was defensively, they're all over the place for the goals. And of course, they miss a penalty as well. Strand Larson misses the penalty. It's like, oh, goodness.
Yeah, but Al, you can't tell me that Hwang's a bad player. He's a very good player. He got injured coming. Larson, who you tried to sign, Newcastle for 50 million, he's not a bad player. Andre in midfield with Gomez, they're not bad players. We watched Gomez in a friendly a couple of seasons. Remember we went to go to Wembley to play Brazil, and he was playing in midfield. We was all, who is this player? Really, really top player. It's confidence it's not right at the moment.
No, it's certainly not. But if you think things are bad, John, have a look at my mob. Leicester losing 4-1 to QPR yesterday. It doesn't get much worse than that, especially when you've got one or two QPR mates. But okay, Alan, enjoy your long lunch.
Thank you.
Mike and myself, we're going to watch United take on Villa.
Before you go, Gaz, are you not going to mention the point for Burnley? Your business partner, Tony?
Well, yes, true. It's a very good point. Very good point. In 2 points, make a point and get a point. So, yes, sorry, Tony, forgive me. I'd forgotten. But a last-ditch equaliser. Well done.
Good finish from Semenyo before that as well, though, wasn't it? We mentioned him. We mentioned him earlier about whether he'll be off in January, but yeah,
I brought him into my team. Yeah.
Look him. I brought him into my team. You didn't care at the start. Look, you're hooked now, are you? I told
I'm going
you.
quite well. I'm going quite well. Not as well as Numpty. He's 2000th in the world now, so he's quite chirpy at the moment.
Harry, well done.
In fact, our Resties football team is doing quite well as well, about 16,000th in the world and pretty high, actually, in the Resties Football League itself.
Do we know how many are in the world and doing it? Do we know how many in the world?
About 12 million.
Really?
12, 13 million. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Bloody
to
hell.
be in the top few thousand, it's not bad. We're all doing well. Well, this end. I mean, obviously I'm helping him a lot. With his... or is it the other way around? All right. Okay.
We know.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. We'll be back after the Villa game. Micah and Alan.
Cheers. Thanks for me.
Have a couple on us.
I'll have a couple on you boys and everyone else. Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy.
Cheers, guys.
Back shortly. This episode is brought to you by Specsavers' best worst team. You know a bad football team when you see one, but just how bad do your stats have to be named the worst in the country? Last season, Worley FC from Essex took the crown with a whopping 18 losses and 81 goals conceded, landing them rock bottom in the Brentwood Sunday Division 3. Ouch. Sounds like they should have gone to Specsavers. Luckily for them, Specsavers can't sit by and watch them lose their vision. They're once again on a mission to turn the team around by giving them access to elite level support and some much needed all-star guidance. They've even drafted in England's very own and ours, Micah Richards, to take on his first managerial role. And it sure isn't going to be an easy one. Find out what happens when Micah meets the team and follow their journey by searching Specsavers Best Worst Team on YouTube now. Welcome back to the Resties Football with, just Micah and me, Gary. Now, we've just watched only one game played today in the Premier League, and that was, I actually really enjoyed it, Villa against Manchester United. I thought Manchester United played really well, probably deserved something out of the game, but the difference was one man, Micah, friend of the pod.
He's so good, isn't he? Yeah. And why we've talked about him is because he's so different as well. For a number 10, when he presses, he's pressing with a 2, but more often than not, he finds himself on the left and then finds wherever the space is on the pitch. But once he gets into those situations, and you need that burst of pace. So Foden's got that on a half turn, really good. You've got someone like Bellingham when he plays in that number 10. He sort of does that chop and awareness and might find a cute pass. Cole Palmer will shoot and has the pass and can dribble. It's madness. But Morgan Rogers, to do what he's doing, because when we had him on the pod, I think one of the questions you asked to him was more about the numbers, the goals and assists.
I think it was you, actually, Mike.
Oh, was it me?
I think it was you that said that. And he said that's something I really want to work on. Well, he's certainly worked on it very well, I would say. 2 unbelievably good finishes.
You know when it opened up, though, Gaz? You're a forward player. You knew exactly where both of them were going, didn't you? As soon as he opened up.
Well, because it was him as well, yes.
Just the technique he used, a lot of players when they get in that position might blast it or try go near post, but the way he just bent it into the far corner, it's just remarkable. And his form recently has been brilliant. And he works ever so hard as well. I just thought it was a great game of football. However, I don't think Villa were at their best, like you mentioned at the start. And I actually think that's down to Man United's tactics. If you look at Dalot and Dorgu, they was a lot higher. Mm-hmm. But then in the midfield, normally when Man United play with 210s, they just stay in that number 210s position and don't really get involved. So it was almost Agate was staying, and Fernandes was coming, and then Mount and Cunha. And then if you look at Dalot's position, at times when he was trying to get the ball back, his positioning was so good in terms of he was doing half and half. So stopping it, going wide, but then inside as well, so they couldn't get dominated in midfield. That's one of the best performances I've seen Man United play, because it's very hard to play in that system when it seems as though you've got an overload everywhere, but no one wants to take a responsibility for where they need to be on the pitch. But I thought Man United smothered them in midfield, and Villa just couldn't get near them. However, on the counter-attack, they look very dangerous.
Yeah, they really do. I would say I can see improvement in Manchester United this season. I think reasons for optimism. Obviously, there's been a lot of pessimism about Manchester United for a long time, but I genuinely see a team that is progressing. It's slow progress, but I think definitely moving in the right direction. I thought, Cunha is a really good footballer. I mean, he should have scored the header though. These flicky headers, I just head it back where it came from. But he'll know that. Having said that, he did finish his goal really, really well. Yeah, I think they're getting the balance better, especially when you consider quite a lot of injuries. And at the back, I thought young Aiden Heaven did really well, a mature performance. There's a lot of pressure on that because you're the middleman out of the three as well. So I thought he did exceptionally well, and they are a threat going forward. And but they couldn't obviously deal with Morgan Rogers, who, taking that debate a little bit further. It's a lovely problem for Thomas Tuchel to have, but you mentioned a few of the names, but
I don't know if it is a good problem. I know we disagree on this issue, don't we? It's just because you can't get them all in. And I know we've talked about the debate with Lampard, Gerrard, and Scholes and tweaking the formation, but they're all the best in the centre of the pitch. If you're looking at the left, you've got Gordon and the form of Rashford this season. On the right-hand side, full well Tuchel loves Madueke and Saka, how consistent he is. So
and Palmer can play there as well.
I know, but Palmer in the number 10 though, it's just a delight.
You can't play them all, but I think the problem is that he'll have is obviously everyone tends to talk about the player that's not in the side, the ones that they leave out, and there'll be a lot of those. But this is a big, long World Cup. There's an extra round of matches in this World Cup, one more than there's ever been before. So you'll need that in the squad. I think he'll probably rotate a little bit in certain areas, but it depends how he wants to play. If he wants to play, does he play one holder and 2 8s? Or does he go 2 holders and 1 10 and 3 up top? There's so many variations that he can do. But what you need in these circumstances is a coach that trusts himself, trusts what he wants, doesn't listen to the noise, gets on with it. And I think in Thomas Tuchel, one thing we've seen already is that he can't be swayed by, necessarily public opinion, because I can tell you now, if you got even pundits, let alone just ordinary football fans, even those of us that have played the game, I would say everyone would have a different team. Everyone would play in a slightly different way. So he's going to have to be strong on that, and I suspect he will be.
Well, yeah, and that's why England brought him in the first place, to make these big calls, big decisions. Just going back to Rodgers, because I didn't answer your question. I think he's one of the best at pressing.
Very good.
And that could be valuable, especially if you play against some South American teams who are very energetic. But it's so difficult. Foden, he's used to pressing at Man City, but we've not seen the best Phil Foden for England. But like you said, he'll make the right decision. I think whatever team he picks, we're going to be disappointed that one player's not on there. But that's why he's the manager. It's one of the hardest jobs in football, but he's done a brilliant job so far.
Well, the good news is that FIFA have just announced that they're going to make it 15-a-side at this World Cup. So actually, nothing would surprise me with FIFA. But yeah, I think it's I think it's massively encouraging. And you know what it's like. There'll be one or two injuries, one or two players will dip in form towards the World Cup. Those sort of things will probably make his mind up as well. But Aston Villa, Micah, that's 12 wins in 13, I believe, in the Premier League. They're right up there, keeping pace with Arsenal and Manchester City.
And they started badly, didn't they? We was talking about them, and I think Watkins has only scored 3 goals in the Premier League. But they're sharing it out. I have to give a shout out to my old teammate, though, John McGinn.
Oh, he's such a good player.
His energy for the team. He always tries to look forward when he's passing. He doesn't take the easy way out. He always runs back. I know they had to take him off in the end because he'd run out of steam, but the energy and the consistency of him week in, week out for Villa, even if he's not having a great game, he's just so dependable. That's probably why he made him captain, didn't he? But he's just watching him and seeing the improvement from when I was there and the real leadership he's got now. Because in the dressing room, he's quite a quiet, timid, shy lad. But to see him go from that...
Is he? Really?
He's got banter. But when don't forget, he come from Scotland. And there was a few, let's say, eyebrows roused when he first come into the dressing room.
Eyebrows roused?
So, a few raised eyebrows. A few raised eyebrows.
Yeah.
When he come into the squad, or he bought him, I think it's something like 5 mil or something around that. And the boys was having a bit of not banter in the dressing room, or is he going to be able to hack it over in England? And he's just gone from strength to strength.
Yeah.
And he's such a lovely lad. He's so humble, works so hard. So to see him playing like that week in, week out, it's great.
With a World Cup to look forward to at the end of the season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can Villa sustain it? They've got a good squad, When you consider watching that game, the substitutes that came on, you look at the difference between Villa's, with all due respect, I know that Manchester United have got a number of injuries and it's worth saying that. But, Manchester United are bringing on really, really young players and Villa are bringing on kind of tried and trusted, mostly internationals.
Yeah, they've got a good squad, but I feel as though when they brought in Buendia and Marlon, they're different sort of players. So Buendia is a technician, can get a goal from anywhere. Marlon's a runner. I feel as though they miss someone to hold up the ball and to go to the next level. Because if you look at the game, why we say Man United plays so well? When the ball went up, if you look at, I would like to say a start between first and second balls, because when it went up there, it kept coming back and coming back and coming back. If they want to really challenge, I think they'll need some more help up there in terms of a target man. I'm not talking about forward players. They've got all them. They've got the runners. They've got Gessan, got Buendia, got McGinn, got Rodgers. They've got all that. Just someone who can hold it up when Watkins is not at his best.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. As for Manchester United, have you got an explanation for me about Kobbie Mainoo?
Well, I listened to all the interviews beforehand, and he said he had a calf injury. That's why he wasn't in the squad.
He wasn't in the squad today, but just generally. Obviously, there's his brother wearing the T-shirt, and I saw the Amrim quote here. He's not going to start because of the T-shirt, but he's not going to the bench because of the T-shirt. So I don't really know what that means.
I mean, he used a word about players and entitlement, and I don't think it's that. And I don't think you should be judged on what a family member says or does.
Never.
You know? Because, come on, how many times when you're playing and people, he should be playing, he should be starting, or the manager's this, the matter. And yes, it brings pressure to the club, it brings pressure to the fans and the manager. Whether you think his brother Jordan did the right thing or the wrong thing, that should be held against the player.
No, of course it shouldn't.
The wider point on Mainu is he should be playing him more minutes. And if the manager doesn't want to play him, then he has to move on. It's as simple as that. He was starting for England, it was 80 months ago.
Well, not only starting, but he's one of our best players.
Exactly that. And I think the system goes against him a little bit because he likes Casemiro. He's gone with Agati today. Fernandes is playing more holder, so when you challenge him with Fernandes, you're not going to get in. But he's certainly got a role to play for Man United. I think it'd be a better story if he can find a way to get into the team. He's just got to keep working hard. But if it comes to January and he's got no more minutes, then he has to look at it. It's as simple as that.
I find it slightly baffling whether there's something behind the scenes we don't know about. But yeah, I think he needs to play football. I mean, he's coming into the prime years. He needs to be playing. So, and if he doesn't really want to play him there, then at least get him out on loan maybe in January. Something. We'll take him at Leicester. We need all the help. We need all the help we can get at the moment. Before we call it a day, Mike, I mean, I watched Hearts versus Rangers.
Did you?
Well, there was no early Premier League game, was there? So, and I switched on. I thought I'll watch a bit. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Heart of Midlothian, such a great name. They're now 6 points clear. I think Celtic have got a game in hand, but they've beaten both the Old Firm teams twice this season. So 4 victories, 2 against Celtic, 2 against Rangers. Thought they played really well in the game. The last time one of the Old Firm teams did not win in Scotland, I think I'm right in saying was Aberdeen in 84-85 with a certain Alex Ferguson in charge. Wow. I mean, that's 40 years. 40 years. Can they do it?
When you watched them today, though, because a lot of people have been talking about them and how good they've been playing. Can they sustain it on what you've seen today?
Well, I only saw one game, so it's difficult to know. But if they play like that, and they played a lot of really good football, particularly I thought in the second half, and knocked it about and had 2 or 3 other really, really good chances, then it was kind of ding-dong battle end to end, particularly in the second half. But and Rangers gave it a go. But why not? I mean, it's a good lead that they've got, and you know how important confidence is. But it's tough to beat those big 2 up there. But Celtic have had that bad run. They lost 4 on the bounce. They won today, however, so stop the rot. But it is interesting, particularly with the World Cup coming in Scotland as well. It gives everyone I think it'd be good for Scottish football if someone other than Celtic and Rangers won the league.
Yeah, I've always been a Celtic man.
Are you a Celtic man?
No, I'm not.
You're going to admit it on here. That's brave.
I love you as well, Rangers. You know that. No, I just love Henrik Larsson.
What a player.
Hartson. Oh, my God. Them 2. The way Hartson used to get the ball, turn and just volley it into the net. What a player he was. Proper player he was.
Proper player. Yeah. Okay, Micah. We'll call it a day there. You could say Rodgers and out, couldn't we? Really?
Well, I've got him in my fantasy, so I'm happy tonight.
I knew that by the smile on your face. He's in the rest of his football team as well. So They're going particularly well. And before we go, Micah, let us wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Yes. And if you don't hear from us before, have a great New Year.
You will hear from us before the New Year. Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.